Our Young Alumna Award is going to be given to Abby Hanrahan from the class of 1999. Abby's the deserving recipient. Abby grew up in Forest Park and followed the path of her mother, Donna DeGilio Hanrahan, who graduated in 1976, and her aunts, Mary DeGilio Lyons from the class of 1974, and Ann DeGilio Williams from the class of 1975. During Abby's 4 years at Trinity, she played softball and basketball. She was a member of the Media and Camera Club, and she was also a member of the National Honor Society and the National Art Honor Society. After graduating from Trinity, Abby attended Ithaca College, where she graduated with a BS in television and radio. Abby was the pitcher for the softball team at Ithaca College. Her team reached the NCAA playoffs 4 years in a row, and in 2002, the team won the NCAA D3 Softball National Championship. Abby was recently inducted into the Ithaca College Hall of Fame and still holds the school record for strikeouts. Abby has had an interesting career path, which has led her to her true passion, coaching pitching to students. She worked in film, broadcast television, real estate, hospitality, and administration. She claims that she learned in all of these different occupations, that what she has learned in all of these different occupations has given her the courage and skill to run her Practice Pro pitching school, which she founded. The school instructs hundreds of students annually and is highly regarded by coaches and students alike. Abby's fondest memory from Trinity was softball practice in the parking lot, and also on the grassy knoll, which is the little hill next to the pumping station. Her favorite teacher was Mrs. Salunas, who taught her to give, the art teacher, Mrs. Salunas, who taught her to give and take constructive criticism. Congratulations, Abby. You made some new
Thank you, I'm tall. I'm so grateful to Trinity for inviting me here today. Congratulations to the other honorees, Betty, who is here on Mary's behalf, and Kathleen. I'm honored to be here with you finally after a minor 2-year delay. I think this event was canceled 2 days, I guess it was, 2 days before we were supposed to have it. I was thinking, geez, are they overreacting or what? But I guess not. Anyway, thanks to my family for being here, especially on a work day. I admire your talents for multitasking by both being here and also working virtually at the same time. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for sending me to Trinity. Actually, thank you for sending all of your kids to different Catholic schools. Between the three of us, there was St. Joe's, Trinity, Fenwick, and IHM. Yes, there's an extra school in there. I'll let you draw your own conclusions. While many Catholic and private schools are struggling, Trinity keeps getting better and better. You have a beautiful new gym, this wonderful auditorium, and you added a bowling team, golf team, lacrosse team, a track and field team, all since I've graduated. You've won runner-up in the state championships for softball, 13 regional championships. Softball team, are you here? And for basketball, which I also played, you made 3 state championship appearances. Basketball team? Anyone? Okay, nice job. I know there are many more accomplishes with other sports as well. I'm going to share with you a little bit about my journey in my life and the ways Trinity has played a big part. Those include empowerment, sports, and faith. As you heard from Mary Gale, I own my own small business. It's called Practice Pro, and I teach softball players, girls aged 7 to 18, how to pitch. In 2016, I started with 55 girls in my pitching school, and we now have 170 in 3 locations. My favorite thing is when parents send me text updates on their daughters having awesome performance in a game. One of the reasons I believed in myself enough to go out on my own was because I learned about empowerment at Trinity. When I sat where you are, I dreamed of being on the stage in a pencil skirt and a jacket, talking about my job as a top executive in a big company. That is success, I thought. I actually thought my life would go like this. After all, I was in the IB program. and amazing opportunities are going to be thrown at me in every aspect of my life. I never climbed any ladder. It was more like a blender, and I was unqualified for any type of executive position whatsoever. God blessed my journey with unexpected jobs, though, like tour boat deckhand, office manager at a Baptist church, real estate manager and agent, temp worker, television news camera woman, television traffic coordinator, 5-star restaurant maitre d', golf course cart lady, and a server at the stadium called the Wrigley Field. My mom liked that one. Okay, I was getting antsy in my office job, even though I got to wear a pencil skirt from time to time. It's a long story, but I started giving pitching lessons for extra cash. Then I started obsessively listening to business podcasts and audiobooks about business. I also read a book called The Quarter Life Crisis. I eventually gathered up the courage to quit my regular job and start Practice Pro at the age of 34. I ended up using the skills I learned in every single one of those unexpected jobs to run my company, and I'm grateful for every last one of them. The sports I played at Trinity obviously still plays a big role in my life. I'm trying to train pitchers and get them to come to Trinity and help me win a state championship. However, before you get behind this plan, you must know this about me. My senior year at Trinity, we played Fenwick in softball. My sister was on the freshman varsity team for Fenwick. My entire extended family came to the game. Even my grandpa, he never came to games. There was an article about us in the Wednesday Journal. On the front page of the sports section was a huge photo of me and Ashley sitting on a bench, back to back, grimacing. The game was at the Priory. We were tied in the bottom of the seventh. My sister was up. I walked her. Another base hit later, she was on third. I was very nervous. With the 2-1 count, I launched the ball over my catcher, Denise Magana's head, and my sister made a break for it. The slowest person I knew stole home. After that, I somehow gathered up my dignity and was able to pitch in college. We won the Division III NCAA championship, and I was later inducted into the Hall of Fame. While everyone in my family is well aware of my accomplishments, the cloud of that loss against Fenwick still looms over my head, and I'm sorry, but this entire school. I'm truly sorry about that. Please forgive me, or please tell your dad, Uncle Dan, to stop talking about it. The most important thing Trinity gave me was a foundation in faith. When I was in college, I went on a service trip to visit some Franciscan friars and nuns in New York City. One day, we were able to ask the sisters questions about their daily life and what it was like to be them. Maybe we'd want to take up the vocation. My question was, do you get to work out? Their answers were not up to my standards, and of course I could not be a nun. But in all seriousness, there were times in my 20s and 30s when I didn't believe there was a God. You know, it seemed unlikely, maybe even silly. But I couldn't shake the desire to believe. I remembered how I felt here at Trinity with Sister Michelle's grace enveloping the whole school. Going to monthly mass here, prayers during morning announcements, and prayers before our sports games. The rituals always stuck with me. I really think there's something bigger than all of us nudging us in the right direction. Actually, I know there is, because I'm going in the right direction. Isn't it funny, after all those years, I'm right back playing softball with girls. I'm grateful to be able to share a little of my experience with you. Go Blazers. It's amazing.